you got to have your call. So this here is, I drank the Kool-Aid a few years ago when I think it was Deer Society came out with the extinguisher.
Nice.
And the Black Rat combo.
Okay.
Right? So
both of those sound you can find those at a sex toy store or something like that.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay.
The extinguisher.
Yeah. The extinguisher and the
Yeah.
and the Black Rack. So, yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Cast&Blast podcast. I'm your host, Pinche, and sitting next to me is my co-host, Jimmy Trent.
Hey.
Guys, man, we're back in the seat, and we're having fun this week. Man, we've been doing a lot of work and trying to balance business and pleasure, huh, Jimmy?
Yeah, business and pleasure. We've had a busy day today.
Yeah, we did. It was a pretty good day. Got a chance to, we started off with going fishing.
Trying to.
And for those of you that are asking, well, this is the Cast&Blast podcast. Where's all the fishing?
Where's the cast at?
Where's the cast at? Well, guys, newsflash, there has been a drought in Texas. And we don't necessarily live near the coast.
You don't say.
We hit up the lakes quite a bit. We live here near Lake Stillhouse.
Yeah.
And
Belton and Stillhouse.
Well, yeah, we're a stone throw from Stillhouse, but just a short drive from Lake Belton. There are marinas and floating docks, so to speak, that are not floating.
They're not floating.
We have boat ramps that are shut down.
So we got a little bit of video of that, of how low that lake is.
It's really low, bro.
It's
I mean, it's a lack or it's a lake or a lack thereof, right?
Lack thereof lake, yeah.
But man, it's quite depressing. Get out there. Maybe we'll share a little video with you guys. So
yeah.
You guys...
Let's show the video, and then we'll get back into a topic of the day, I guess.
There you go. All right, so if you guys are wondering why there ain't much fishing in our podcast lately, well, we're out here at Stillhouse Lake, and this is our lake that's closest to the house where we normally come out here and slam. But I'll give you guys an idea of just how low the water is. Man, just look how low this water is. All that right there is the old water line. All that vegetation that has grown. Look at the pylon water lines. All that is landmass now. It is crazy. This used to be the Lampasas River. Well, it still is, but there ain't much river there. Now, duck hunting might be good this year, but it ain't going to be that much good fishing. You could build a house out there if you wanted to. It's crazy. Looking rough, huh, Jimmy?
Looking rough, yeah.
And
look at this normal water line.
here's the normal water line, right below his feet. Can't really tell, but that's about 20 feet drop right there to that mud. We're about 20 feet high. Well, I'd say 20 at eye level, so we're looking at probably 16 feet, 15 to 16 feet low right now. What are they saying, how low we are?
I think we're somewhere in between 18. I've seen 18 and I've seen 22, so we're going to guess somewhere in the middle of there. Boat ramps closed.
Boat ramps closed. You ain't getting to that one. And if you did, you ain't going far. So, man, we're back. And, yeah, you guys got to see a little bit of that. It's not pretty for your eyes, not just ours. You get to see a little bit of what we were talking about, man. So it gets a little challenging. Fish are definitely concentrated in some deep pockets out there. We just got to find the deep pockets, huh?
Without a boat, that's hard to do right now.
It is. Even with a boat, that's going to be. Yeah. You better have a flat bottom, not so fiberglass bottom boat.
You probably want a mud motor or something as well.
There you go.
Or you're going to go through some lower units.
It does look like duck hunting would be good in some of them shallow spots. So maybe we can give that a shot. But hey,
we gave it a shot, and that was going to be our attempt to go hit up some fishing spots. We'll try our luck at a different spot. What do you say?
We got a little rain. Maybe we get some runoff, and maybe you get a little more water in that lake, but I doubt it.
So wish us luck, guys, and we'll do our best to get out there and get you some footage of us getting after maybe some catfish or do some bass fishing.
Any fishing at this point.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just itching for some fishing.
Let's do some bluegill. Don't care.
I would love it. Yeah. So,
but without us being able to fish, we had to be like, man,
what else can we do?
What else can we do? We've been talking about a lot of the blast, not so much cast. So we're going to carry on with the blast.
Well, there's a reason. I mean, hunting season's here. It's in full effect. It's bow season now for everyone that's out chasing whitetail. And for those of you that can get out on a managed land deer program, you can shoot.
Bring a rifle.
Yeah. And we so happen to be managing a MLD program. And with that said, we went to go dial in our new scope.
Yeah, we went, some new scopes and just checking zero from last year. We haven't done a whole lot of shooting, so
we don't want to take anything out that we're not confident that we're sighted in, and we got a little chance to do that. Maybe we'll share some content with you guys on just having fun at the range.
What range?
Oh, we were at Sendero Shooting Sports today, right off of I-14 here in Belton, Texas. Yep. Again, just a stone throw away. But, man, shout out Sendero Shooting Sports for letting us go down there and use the facility, state-of-the-art facility. And we took advantage of their 105-yard
indoor
range. Wanted to sight in at 100 yards, and mission accomplished. And then we had a little fun, huh?
Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time.
What was your, highlight of today?
Oh, man.
I'll tell you what mine was.
Mine, honestly, is shooting that contender. I like shooting that gun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a struggle, but it's fun.
That was mine as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a challenge to acquire a target with that, and it's even more fun to actually hit.
Yeah. I think we're dialed in.
We're dialed in at 75 yards?
That one's dialed in at 50, but I think
we took shots at 75.
Yeah, you're right. We did, didn't we?
And we were in the kill.
Yeah.
So let's see what we can get with that thing this season.
I'm ready.
And you talked a little bit about that on the last podcast. So if you guys are wondering what we're talking about that beautiful pistol he had in his hand with a scope mounted on it. It's the
Thompson Center Contender.
That thing is bad, and it was fun shooting today. I can't wait to maybe get a pig with it this season.
That's the goal.
So we'll see how that works out for us.
This thing's sitting match the whole time. You can hit some of them.
And you'll get it.
I'm surprised.
What do we got in front of us?
Man, we talked about, one thing, like you said, it's whitetail season, and we got hunts coming up that we're guiding. And so we're getting our stuff together, getting all that stuff ready. So we said, hey, let's talk about some of the stuff that we carry with us at all times.
What's in our bag?
What's in our bags? What do we carry with us at all times? So as we go through this, there are some things in here that we don't have in our bags, and it may be weather dependent, it may be client dependent, but what we share today are things that we always have no matter what.
Yeah. So you could say top 5, top 10, whatever. I say just go through your bag and show what you got and you're carrying with you. You guys can let us know what you have and what you're carrying with you out in the field, and let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments what your top 5 must-have things are. How about that?
Man, that's a tough top 5 too.
Well, it would make comments easy.
Yeah,
right. So I'm just gonna give you 5. I mean, you can go in there, list 10, 20, do as much as you want.
Yeah.
I want to see what you're taking out in the field. It's no secret, man. We all pretty much have the same stuff. However, different regions require different specifics, right? And I hope you're doing your best to kind of have what you need out there. And we're just gonna share some things that we take out with us while we're guiding, right?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, well, I guess I'll start off. So first and foremost, I don't have them in here, but tags. You gotta have your tags, right? Yeah. That goes without saying. So along with tags, I always carry a pin, zip ties, and
this is to adhere the tag.
Yeah.
Oh, and some.
Yeah, to adhere the tag, or some black electrical tape. Whichever one. It just, with these 3 components here, I can make sure a tag stays on a deer. So we'll get those knocked out. you got to have your call. So this here is, I drank the Kool-Aid a few years ago when I think it was Deer Society came out with the extinguisher
Nice.
and the Black Rat combo.
Okay.
Right? So
Both of those sound you can find those at a sex toy store or something like that.
yeah, we'll say. Okay.
The extinguisher.
Yeah. The extinguisher and the,
Yeah.
yeah, and the Black Rack. So, yeah, these are, I enjoy these. They work, they pack well, you know, they kind of go together and they pack well. So they work for me and I like them.
Cool.
What do we got next? Okay.
What do you got in the bag?
What do we got next? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
A rangefinder. Rangefinders are always handy, right?
Yep.
Nice little deal. So this one here is a Leupold RX 1200i. Don't buy it. Don't
Good
buy it.
product review,
So,
right? Simple as that.
I am a fan of Leupold, but I am not a fan of this particular rangefinder. The display in there, it fades in and out. It's not the battery. It's the rangefinder.
So I'll tell you what, why don't we stop you there? There's no format to this. As you're showing something, I'll show what I'm using. We'll just pull the same item out of the bag.
Yeah, I'll show you yours. You show me. Yeah, show me.
So if you got it, I'm going to reach down here and grab some stuff. So I have a go bag.
Yeah.
And I have my over the shoulder, right? That's usually where.
Yeah, you normally got two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
So you were talking about call.
Yeah.
Got mine. All right.
Which call is that?
This is a cheap. Man, it's got a brand on it, but I think that's just a model. I want to say that's a. I want to say it's a Buck Commander.
Is it a Buck Commander?
Yeah.
So it's got the Snortweeze tube on it too.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
like
Yeah.
it. It works. Yeah. I've actually, I haven't brought bucks in with that. I brought in doe with the
doe bleat. Yeah.
So you had your rack. I use a Primo's. These are super cheap. They're very
rack sack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they work. You know what I mean? This one has definitely brought them closer. I haven't called them in to me.
Yeah.
Per se, but I've got them to come in a little closer, and we could be able to take a shot. I know that people on you might have experience too, actually bringing them up to you for a bow shot or something like that. I haven't had that kind of luck yet, but I've gotten them close enough where a client can take a shot. Yep. And that's big time.
They get a little curious, come see what that is, and
on top of that, I have. I guess I should open this up. Again, the
the famous can.
Yeah, so I mean, you
so
can use
good,
this,
man.
Different,
So good.
play with it and have these. So I'll throw those back in. But you were at the rangefinder, and you gave a great, I would say, product review.
Yeah, don't buy it. Don't buy that one.
On my experience is I have the Vortex. This is a Ranger model, 1300.
1300.
This one has been actually great for me. It takes angle and distance.
Yeah, this one does take angle and distance. It's great when it's working right. It's great. Yeah.
I bought this specifically. I don't know what their warranty is or anything like that, but I bought this specifically for the Vortex warranty, man.
Yeah, I think it does have a limited lifetime. I haven't checked in to see what if I can send it back. Every time I think about it is when I need it. And
it's too late.
It's too late.
You got to use it.
I got to use it.
Yeah. So, and you're just hoping it works when you need it. But yeah, I use this one. A lot of times when you're glassing, I'm ranging and vice versa. Yep. So these are must-have tools for us in our bag. So what else you got in there, man?
Let's see. What else? We have some windicator.
Yep.
There's all different types. This is what I would say the most okay-ish windicator, Basically, it's just the talcum powder that you puff up in the air and it tells you wind direction or whatever. What it doesn't do is show you thermals. Like something like milkweed would do. How you can just let it go. You can see the wind, watch it travel, sink,
rise and fall.
Yep. Yeah. So it's okay-ish, but it works for.
It gets us around.
It gets us around, right?
Yeah,
so
I definitely think that's that's probably a must-have for you and I.
For me, it's a definite must. I keep one in my bag, I keep one in my pocket, and I got one in my truck just in case I lose one. Because without it, man, you're literally pissing in the wind.
So when we're out there together, I'm usually relying on you to get the wind direction and all that stuff, and you're just very active when it comes to that. You know,
I mean, it's
we're
super
moving,
important.
we're moving about. You're checking wind, and we're getting around based off of that.
Yeah, every time I hunt, that's just nothing but hunting the wind. You can go, I mean, camo is important, but it's not near as important as wind. You know, smell is number one.
And how often do you think you pull that out, man?
Constant. I mean, if we're moving, it's staying in my hand.
It's staying in your hand.
Because
I just see you
as we're changing elevation, or we got tree. You know, we get around different trees and stuff. That wind will swirl, and you got to kind of know where it's going.
Even sitting while we're spotting stalking, we kind of sit and let things rest.
Mm-hmm.
You're checking.
Yeah,
because wind changes.
Wind changes and swirls. Yeah, and if you're set up where you're expecting deer to come from one direction, you may have to adjust very little. Or you may not have to, but it's all based off where that wind's going. So, yeah, I go through that stuff.
So I don't have a wind indicator in my bag, but I'm gonna challenge myself to kind of start using that just to kind of learn from you. I wanna see how that can improve when I'm down like in South Texas and stuff like that, using that, because we talk about it all the time, the contrast between spot and stalk and down there in that brush country. There's a lot of senderos that you're just kind of like staring down the lane. But I want to challenge myself to kind of get outside of that and see where I can kind of hunker down based off wind and all that. I want to see how it works.
Yeah. Well,
I know it would help if I wanted to change up, the normal, sitting in the blind out there in South Texas. So
yeah, you're kind of constrained about that sendero. That's your constraint right there.
That's your lane. That's your shooting lane.
And that's pretty much the only shot you have. So if you got the wind to your back,
of course, if you're
there,
elevated and you're up high, you're seeing up over everything. That's great, but there ain't a lot of trees to blind up and all that stuff. So I keep mine pretty low. It's about a 4-foot elevation platform, and I put a pop-up blind on top, and I'm hunting out of that.
Yeah, it works great though.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. What do we got? Small things. Anything else in here? Okay.
Yeah.
Hot hands, just in case.
Yeah.
Maybe not for me, but we get kids that come out sometimes,
Yeah.
So I usually got some of these.
Yeah, right before season, I go stock up. Actually, after season, when season's over, is when I stock up. I don't know if they haven't reached a shelf life for me over a season, off season.
They tend to work for a few years.
Yeah, so
can keep them.
Yeah.
Just got to keep those kiddos happy. That's kind of the
That
goal.
and our heater buddy.
And the heater buddies. Yeah. So next, probably one of the most important for me is a pair of binos. These are some Leupold. I think they are the Leupold Rogues. They're only 10 by 25. Mm-hmm. So I bought these low profile. They're low profile, small set of binoculars.
I really like them, and
I do too. For bow hunting is what I bought them for mostly, but because they're smaller, you don't get the zoom and the focus and everything. Well, the focus is great, but the zoom only 10 by 25. But they still work great out here in some of the. It's not real big country, but it's we got some distances where we can see for a good while.
Yeah, you got to kind of reach out there and see far. So
they still work well enough for that, and they've been really. So I was bashing on Leupold over here, but over here I'm praising them. I'm like, man, that's
good.
Yeah,
that's good. We're not bashing anybody particularly or taking shots. You're just saying what works for you and what doesn't.
Yep, exactly.
I have a set. They're not low profile, but they are. They work for me, and of course, we bust out our different ones. These are Bushnell 10 by 42. So, I have a decent focus with these. These were a Christmas gift, I think, right before last season. Mm-hmm. My mother-in-law bought these for me, and I'm super appreciative of it just because, it's a very helpful tool, and it fits perfectly in this little bag I wear over my shoulder, and they work.
And for a lot of people that we're pulling stuff out of the bags that we carry when we have clients. So some people will say, well, if you have a rifle and a scope on it, why are you carrying binos? Even when I do carry a rifle with the scope, I still carry binos.
Do you not glass when you're sitting in the blind?
Yeah, but even, most of the times we don't have a rifle with us. So these are the optics that we use. So we're spotting for clients.
So more often than not, we don't have a rifle with us, but there's something that we always have.
We do, and that would be we always carry sidearm. Both of us always carry sidearm. There's a couple different reasons. One, we do hog hunting too. So if you're in some deep woods and you have a client in some thick woods, I ain't gonna say deep, but a thicket, right? Anywhere thicket. I don't even have to be in the woods. But for anybody that's ever shot at a pig and there's the sound of pigs in a thick area, they scatter like cockroaches when the lights come on.
That's right.
You don't know when or where they're going. So I feel more comfortable having a sidearm, not just to keep us safe, but maybe the client too.
Absolutely.
Or to take out some more of those pigs as they're coming by, because it's happened before.
Or a humane harvest too that can help.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or the finish,
Sure.
the finish shot if you
Sure.
need to. And I don't want to be a Chris Kyle. There's crazy people everywhere. So
leave that open to your interpretation. But bottom line, we ain't got to leave it open.
No,
bottom
man,
line, it's for our protection.
It's facts are facts, man. We got nothing to hide. I mean, we've never had any kind of issues or nothing like that.
It's like a fire extinguisher, bro. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
I mean, that's not what it's mainly for, but we carry it. So I carry it's a full 1911 Para-Ordnance Lord's caliber 45 ACP.
To do the Lord's work.
Yeah, to do the Lord's work. So it's a fairly expensive gun to just be out there, as a ranch pistol, everyday carry on a ranch like that. But I like it, so I carry it. It's heavy.
Nice.
It's heavy. That part gets old. Every once in a while, I'll trade it out for.
There's a little history behind that pistol.
There is a little history behind it.
Share that with us, man. It means a lot to us.
This pistol was a commemorative pistol that was opted to us in OIF 08 or 06 08. So it's got the first cav emblem, cross sabers, and OIF 06 08 first team, first cav division,
Cool.
laser etched into it. So
at that time, there was absolutely no value of them putting that on our pistol. I do remember that.
Yeah.
We were in, we didn't see any value. So OIF is Operation Iraqi Freedom. Jimmy and I both served together in 06, 08, and they were offering these.
We served together in 04,
04, 05, 6, 7, and 8.
06, 08, because that was a 15-month deployment. So we did 04, 05, 06, 08,
9, 10, 11, and 12.
11 and 12 in Afghanistan. Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what, that's a lot of time. We should have just bought some real estate out there.
Yeah. Got some timeshares out there.
But, they had these and they offered them to us. And at that time, we were like, man, they're going to put a cav patch on it. I don't know if I want it and this and that.
Yeah.
We get out of the Army years later and the novelty kicked in. And that's important.
Yeah,
it means a lot to us now.
Yeah, it does. And that's why
that's something you can pass down to your kids, the grandkids, everything. I think that's amazing.
I just didn't want it sitting in a box, sitting in the, in a gun safe or in the closet.
Serial numbered?
Yes, serial numbered. Yep. They're all,
I mean, not serial numbered, sequence numbered.
Yeah. I knew it.
Yeah, you know what I meant.
I was like, I'm going to put some use to it. It's got wear marks on it from being in the holster and stuff, and I dig it. Like, I'm not...
Well, it's proven to be effective, and it's not just a toy or a pretty item sitting on a shelf somewhere.
Oh, man, it's Lord's caliber, bro.
There you go. I don't carry anything fancy, but I do have a... I carry this over my chest, so this is in front of me. I got my binos, my rangefinder sitting in front of me, and then I have my sidearm attached to that. I have a Smith & Wesson 9mm, and I carry this guy. I notice I got a pattern of that like brushed stainless.
A lot of your guns are. Yeah.
I just feel like they take kind of more of a. I feel what it is. I would feel less. I would get less butt hurt scratching that up than that beautiful wood grain or that pretty blued. They get pretty and they're nice, and you hate to scratch them up.
It takes one scratch,
and you're just mad and angry.
Yeah, I ruined my gun.
A little bit more rugged, and I have those. But I mean that 9mm, it's Smith & Wesson 9mm. It works for me.
Yeah,
I know what. I carry the hollow points in that for that pistol, that magazine. But what I like about my 9mm mags is they fit in my Ruger.
I was gonna mention that too.
My
the PC9
rifle. Yeah. So I kind of load those up and have those ready to go. Super convenient.
Yeah, they're right there.
Yeah.
And they all fit. All right, so next thing we got is, hopefully that we hopefully harvest animals. So when we do, that's when the real work starts, right? So
Got your kit?
yeah, I have the kit, and then I carry one of these.
That's the Mamba Jamba.
Yeah, my friend Mark Bednar put me onto these. Like, he showed them to me, and I was like, I got knives with me. I don't need another knife. And he's like, I'm going to buy you one. You try it. And I'm so glad he did, because I'm such a fan of them now. So basically, it's just it's a scalpel that is, with removable, changeable blades. So normally I get about 2 deer or 1 pig out of 1 blade, but these things are razor sharp, just like a scalpel, and you can work through an animal with them pretty quick. Precision cuts, really, really like these.
You can change the blades out, and it's not a game stopper.
Yeah, it's not a game stopper.
You can keep going. That's pretty cool.
Change those blades out. And then along with that is just one of these cheap outdoor edge, kits with the bone saw, the spreader, and the different blades for.
Got the same setup. I'm not going to open it up. AccuSharp, they're the same.
Same.
Same thing. We got them so we can field dress and clean some animals.
It does having this little pack and this little scalpel, and when you have yours and we're going to town, because we'll get clients who come out to shoot 2, 3, 4, 5 deer at a time.
Yeah,
and then we're out there just slinging blades, man.
That's right.
Slinging blades, getting at it. So yeah, you gonna put some mustard on that deer?
You shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy. What else is in the bag, Jimmy?
What else is in the bag? Okay. Another pretty important thing. I carry this, for me, if I'm up in a stand, but clients too, they often forget. This is a forgotten item a lot of times. So if they get up in a ladder stand or a climber or something like that, you don't want to climb up with your rifle or your bow or whatever. You want to leave it on the ground and have a system to pull it up to you. So this is just a retractable, system that they can clip this on their belt, and as they go up, it pulls out. And down here, this will be clipped to their backpack and their rifle or bow or whatever. So they get up there, they can pull it up. Once you pull it up, you just reel it in, and it packs right back into. So it's just something we let them borrow to get up into the stand.
Pretty cool.
And pull their gear up. So importantly,
who can be without the wipies?
Oh man, I forgot. I don't know how many socks that I've had to cut off.
Socks, the bottom of your. I never do the sock, man. I always hear these stories about people removing their socks. I'm like, there's so many other garments you can lose.
The top of the sock, man. The top.
Okay, you saved yourself.
Yeah. So
I've had old soldiers come back from the field and be like, man, I'm gonna be in barefoot. Why? I had to use my sock, man.
Oh man,
I'm like, you could have cut the bottom of your t-shirt off, your sleeve off. You could have done anything but got rid of your sock,
dude. So. Speaking of the socks, right? You used to have ankle high socks, in Army for PT or whatever. And then you could go a little bit lower. So I know one time I had, low cut socks on, and it was in the winter.
Ain't much wiping out of a low cut sock.
There's no wiping out of it. But I tell you what, you can get a lot of wiping out of your PT hat. I came back with no PT hat, man. They're like, "Where's your PT hat?"
Like, man, you don't want to know. It's in the tree over there.
It turned into a shit ticket back there somewhere.
Oh man, yeah. And we were wondering what they were doing with all them water bottles when we were in Iraq. Huh?
Yeah. Okay, next, this is just a set of shooting sticks. Cabela's best redhead brand shooting sticks, whatever. Retractable, 2-leg retractable on. So
some people want a tripod. Some people want a bipod. I use a single.
I like the single. I do like the tripods better. But here's the deal.
They're super sturdy.
Super sturdy. But when you're packing all this stuff around, because what's not shown in here are snacks that we carry, water we carry, a first aid kit that we need to get and carry.
Yeah.
We there's still other items.
I did get that first aid kit for us, though.
This is the items that we're showing are only items that we
have all the time.
We have all the time. Sure. And our packs will vary based off weather, based off clients, based off whatever that need is. But we will always have these items that we carry.
But I definitely tell everybody, if we'll never go out there without a shooting stick.
No.
And we're carrying this for the client.
Yep.
So they can take a steady, shot, well-placed shot. And they work so great because they're adjustable. You can take different size, or you can shoot from different, heights.
Yeah.
If you're in
And
whatever.
These are lightweight, so the monopods and the bipods are lightweight. You start carrying some of those tripods.
We had to do that last year.
Yeah, they get heavy.
That was heavy. That thing was like carrying a Hubbard. Is it Hubbard telescope or?
Oh, the Hubble.
Yeah,
the Hubble telescope.
Yeah.
They do have the what do they call them? The African safari shooting sticks, where it's just the fold out sticks that are like TP out or whatever. But those are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind getting some of those.
I pulled out some cleaner and lube. You got to have the just to keep the rifles if they.
It's happened out there more than once, man.
Yeah, so
Especially
you take a break in the morning. You didn't have luck in the morning. We can get you out. We can get you out in the afternoon for an evening hunt, and get your weapon. Get it lubed up.
Yeah,
cleaned.
especially I can think of. Oh man, I can think of a few different times people come up with AR platform rifles, and you get them on a
chambered
animal.
in different.
AR-15s, AR-10s,
Sure.
and they have a malfunction, and it's just due to being dry or dirty.
Malfunctions happen, man. But having a clean and lube.
You know what they happen a lot less likely in, or a lot less?
Bows.
No, well, yeah, bows, but bolt guns,
Bolt action,
bolt
yeah.
action, man.
Even if you had, I just like the bolt action for hunting.
Yeah, I will say I don't have an AR platform gun. I want one for pig hunting. I think they're awesome for pig hunting. I think for deer hunting, I just don't think you can beat a bolt gun.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
There are people that do it, and we've been out with a ton of people that have the AR platform hunting deer, and we're just like, as soon as we pull it out, we're like,
I got nothing wrong with it. There's just been too many malfunctions out there with them when we're out there with people, when malfunctions happening.
Yeah.
And it happens, but it happens way too often with those rather than bolt guns.
Yeah.
So last but not least is a bag to carry it in, You always got to have a bag.
We didn't talk about headlamps.
Oh, that was yeah, you're right. We do both always have headlamp. I forgot my headlamp today.
I use the little. I'm always wearing a ball cap. Jimmy is too, but he wears a different kind. I wear a clip on that I have on the front. Yeah, we always have a headlamp.
Yep.
We have 2 or 3 in the truck all the
Yeah,
time.
we always got 2 or 3, and we normally have a big handheld.
Yeah.
Light as well, but lights are very important.
But your bag is the kind of like the most important.
Yeah, the bag. This bag doesn't look that big, but I can pack this joker full of a lot of stuff. When I get this thing full, with the water, the snacks, and the things that we carry every day, bro, when we start doing some long hikes, that bag starts wearing on me, man.
Yeah. We got to take them off for sometimes and take breaks. Not like break from the hunt, but like we catch ourselves taking a water break, we take the bag off.
Yeah. I'm getting to the point. So this is just Alps Outdoors, and Alps Outdoors, they're a pretty good brand. They're okay, but I'm getting to the point to where I want a framed pack, because it gets so heavy after those long walks, and I'm not getting any younger. Things, motion is lotion, but things
Probably
are
better on your back, better on your shoulders.
Yeah, back,
it's
shoulders,
all
and
those
knees.
supporting muscles and stuff you don't really think you're using when you're out carrying that pack that start to really bother us when we're doing it every day. Yeah, it starts to wear on you.
Yeah, with age, it's not getting any easier.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much my
I will show one more
everyday
thing.
stuff.
So you see the bag has my butt pad, and both of us have a butt pad, and we always have it's our cushion, right? That's what we go and we sit on when we're out in the woods, or sometimes we take naps out there.
Sometimes, most of the times.
Yeah, and it's super comfortable, and convenient to have. We have them strapped to the back of our bag, and we can just kind of lean that up against a tree, lean back, and take a good little nap.
So what I don't have in here, and I always do, for like you said, for that butt pad, is I always have the small bungee straps.
Yep.
I always carry a couple of those in here, and I have this big D-ring up here. So there's so many things that I can attach with the rattling horns, the bipod,
And we bring sheds back with us.
And yeah, whatever.
You know what I mean? Whenever we find and see.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what we carry, man.
That's what's in the bag.
Arguably too much, arguably too less.
I'm sure we forgot some things. And, let us know in the comments what you guys take out with you. Mm-hmm. Let us know in the comments what you feel like we need to get in our bag. One thing we don't talk about is like scent control. We kind of do our best before we leave the house to do that.
Scent control is something I learned. Like if it's just me or me and you hunting,
Yeah.
I'm really, really strict on scent control.
Yep.
When you're taking 2 or 3, 4 clients out, if one of those persons aren't strict on scent control, it's all a wash anyway. So you have, that's why I use this so much, is you have to hunt the wind, hunt the wind, hunt the wind. I can't stress that enough. So you may be out with a party of people hunting. You take scent control very serious. One person doesn't, it just ruins it for everybody else. And that's why this is so important.
Hey, you know, if you're watching now and you're looking to book a hunt with someone, an outfitter or something, you're going to get out there. You know, one of the things I would tell you, like, what can I do to prepare myself? You know, I would say, hey, understand that you're not going to, if you are wearing Axe body spray out in the field, that's super foreign to the animals.
You know, your normal deodorant.
Yeah, exactly. Your soap, you know, whatever soap you're using to wash, oil in your beard, cologne. There's no place for cologne out in the woods.
No,
I mean,
but
animals pick that up so far away.
It happens every year. We have people come out smelling like,
you know, like they're going out.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
they're trying to impress someone. You know, you ain't gonna impress these animals. As a matter of fact, you're gonna deter them. But I will tell you, like, do those things. You know, take those actions. You know, try to camo up. You know, if you're gonna be out, if you're sitting in a blind, I get it. Wear black. It doesn't matter. You're gonna shadow in the blind. Get it.
There's another story there, Ben.
But if you're going out to the woods and you intend to make it from point A to point B through the woods, you might want to look like the woods.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like blending in with your background. I mean having some kind of breakup pattern, having some kind of you don't want to be wearing the colors that are going to spook the deer.
Just try. That's
White is not ideal for out in the middle of the
white,
woods.
white and blue, or
Blue is not ideal.
White and blue are the 2 biggest no-nos in my opinion.
Yeah. So I say that now just to share that little fun factoid with y'all. It isn't that we are picking on anyone. It's just that, like, it makes it harder for the people who are putting you on a hunt to get you from point A to point B, and you're smelling like you it's the first day of 6th grade.
Yeah.
And you're trying to impress the girls, you know.
Smell like you're going to high school prom.
There you go.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know, dress the part. You know, try to do your best. How big and baggy your clothes are help you too. You know, you don't want to be wearing skinny jeans out there, but you don't want to be wearing pants that are so big and baggy that every step, every step you make, it's like a whisking sound, and and then catching the branches on the way. So I'm giving you these little
Fit is very important, especially if you're spot and stalk trying to be quiet. And, you know, it is.
The material, all that stuff. You know, we can talk about that on a whole different podcast. I'm just bringing it up because it's kind of part of this. What else? If you're taking your items, if you notice that our bags, they don't really rattle too much. You know, I'm picking this bag up, shaking it around. There's no rattle there. Why is that? Well, most of the stuff on our bags are plastic. We don't have a lot of metal hanging from the bag.
Yeah, metal, Velcro, snaps, you know, things like that. Magnets are good, you know, the enclosed magnets, any kind of latches and things like that.
Yeah, so I say that because if you're out shopping for a bag and you're looking, I say go out there and take a look, you know, run them zippers. You know, can you lubricate those zippers?
That's another thing. Zippers, like, if you can't quietly zip and unzip, don't get that bag.
Right.
Don't get that bag, because in the woods, man, a zipper is so loud.
Yeah. So, man, that was pretty cool running through our stuff, you know, just kind of, you know, showing you what we're taking out with you. Again, man, I want to know in the comments, like, what we're forgetting. Oh, one thing. I talked about scent control, and then I was going to bring up another. Insect repellent. So how do you feel about that, Jimmy?
Well, normally if I'm out, all right, here's...
It's kind of, it's a good topic when you're talking scent control, right?
Yeah. There is, I can't remember, it's not perethrin, but there is certain things you can put your clothes in perethrin's one to keep ticks and things like that off of you. But the hunting public guys, they use it a lot, and I can't think of what it was called, but it's for mosquitoes. And then the other thing is the Thermacell, right?
Thermacell. A lot of people are putting that all over the forums and everything, that they can't go anywhere without it.
I've used them, but what I normally do is, if it's hot early season bow hunting and you're up in a stand, you can be in a t-shirt and things like that. But I mean, for instance, those high heat, long sleeve, thin shirts, those are what I try to wear. And can a mosquito get through it? Yeah, but it's a pretty good barrier, and they normally don't. And if I don't like to put all that chemicals and shit on me. I honestly don't.
So I mean, I'm one of those guys, man. I'm lucky, dude. Like, I'll have them land all over me. They just don't like me.
Yeah, they don't like me as much either. But if they do,
you know what blood type you are?
I'm A positive.
I'm B positive. I kind of feel like there's blood types that they're just attracted to, and some that they're not.
Maybe.
I know they don't like me. They don't like me at all, man. I mean, I'll sit next to my wife. She'll get tore up. I won't. I'll sit next to someone else. They'll get tore up. I won't. And they're landing, and you can see them like crawling all over me and everything, but they won't bite me.
If they bother me, it's usually around my face. Yeah. And I hate flies, mosquitoes, any of that shit around my face. So I do always carry face mask too. So I can just kind of put this on over my hat, just have the eyes showing.
I do the same thing with my face buff. I usually have a matching one from the High Heat. If whatever shirt I have a face buff. Shout out High Heat Outdoors for sponsoring us for our camo. That is the official Cast&Blast camo. We ain't going out in the woods wearing anything else but High Heat Outdoors.
That's it.
So go check them out, pudomesquite.com. High Heat Outdoors is making...
was you talking about one of these?
Yeah, so that's the face buff I wear when I'm wearing the that pattern there. They work, man.
His are actually fitted, too. They're not a one-size-fit-all. He's got, different fitted sizes.
Yeah, you can get a large, a small, and I think big-ass freaking head like me. Yeah, so I definitely don't fit in that small one, I'll tell you that. I'm like... Help me. But go check out their lineup, man. pudomesquite.com. You can check out all his camo apparel. We're going to be field testing some new looks this year, and we're super excited working with Delvis Cortez at High Heat Outdoors and collaborating with those guys on what they're doing. Some amazing products, and we wouldn't be wearing it if we didn't believe in it. And I tell you that because... like Jimmy says, we're being honest with these product reviews. We're not bashing anyone.
No.
If it works, we say it works. If it doesn't work, we say it don't. Yep. You can make your decision based off of your own experiences. We're only sharing with you what we know and what works for us.
We'll say, too, I was really impressed with that scope we sighted in today, that new Vortex.
Yeah.
That Boar sighted it, and one or two, well, it was one major adjustment. That got us in the kill zone, and then one more small adjustment, minor adjustment, and we're dialed in. Two
hitting bullseye at 100 yards.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Yeah, just bore-sided, looking down the old school style, looking down the barrel, and
that's how we got it. Bore-sided.
Yeah,
we pulled the bolt out, looked down the bolt, or the chamber. Right? Is it chamber?
Yeah, looking down the barrel,
and then looking through the scope. And then I was making adjustments while you were kind of like walking me through, got me in.
Up, left.
It worked for us.
Yeah, it worked great.
So. And didn't take us long. And then after that, we just kind of had fun, kind of slinging some lead. So
pew, pew, pew. It was good.
Yeah, man. We keep nudging each other. Hey, man, let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. We really want to get out there and go fishing. If you want to take us fishing, we're down. We're
info@castandblastoutfitters.com. Shoot us an email and say, hey, we'll go fishing. We got water here. Wherever you're at, if you got water, let us know.
Yeah, because water, even out on the property where we're hunting, is pretty low. We were doing some good fishing out there right before the drought. I mean, it's
we talk about it like it was this. It was an epic thing, but like it was a
biblical,
like a biblical type deal,
post-apocalyptic.
Man, it was for us.
When you look at this,
that lake footage,
this footage,
you see it in the lake footage.
Tell us what you guys think after viewing that stuff.
Hopefully you're like, oh shit, I get it now.
Yeah, and some of you are in this area and you're experiencing the same thing. Let us know what you're doing to go find the water's edge.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, because it's challenging. You better have your waders and you better be letting someone where you were gonna go. So. Man, we talked about maybe trying to go live one time on YouTube. You guys, let us know what time you watch. Let us know,
and we know there'll be some bugs because we're not good at, we're not the most tech savvy people.
No. What I'm trying to get is a feeler, right?
Yeah.
those of you that are watching our podcast, you know, what is the normal, what would be a good time? Let us know in the comments. What would be a good time that you would watch and tune in? We may do like maybe a monthly or a quarterly live.
Yeah.
And that can give you guys a chance to kind of come in with the comments, and, you know, we can interact a little more. We're asking you guys to drop the comments. We appreciate you guys giving us feedback. We've been getting a lot of great comments and emails and messages, and however you guys reach out to us, and we really appreciate that. But we are working our tails off to improve the content. We're working our tails off. And what do we mean by improve the content? Well, we want good sound. We want good video quality. With that said, it's not cheap.
It's not cheap. And we want more field
video.
We want that. But once again, I mean,
that requires a good field camera.
It's going to require
with a good lens that can reach out and get out there and capture the stuff we want. And let's face it, we're not meat eater.
Yeah,
we're not Steve Rinella, and we don't have that budget. So if you want to support us and you want to see some more stuff like that, hey, man, buy some merch from us.
Merch is what really helps us.
Yeah, buy some merch for us. Support us. Go to our website. Go to cast&blast.outfitters.com. Purchase some merch from us. Go represent, you know, some dysfunctional veterans that are trying to stand up a business on themselves and trying to make it happen, man. We're just out here doing it because
or book a hunt with us.
Book a hunt with us. Come hunt with us. That goes towards the budget, you know, and all that stuff. And we're just trying to do within our means, make a what's it, kind of like a enjoyable podcast.
Yeah.
So far from your feedback, you guys are giving us some positive feedback. It's encouragement for us to keep doing this, and we're having fun doing it. We
understand there's some good ones, there's some bad ones. We understand.
Oh yeah, you know, but I mean, I
not
guess
for lack of trying, just to.
We're not Joe Rogan, you know. We're
not.
Well, I would like to get Joe Rogan on the podcast. But we understand what our capabilities are. We know our skill set. We're just trying to share information. We're trying to keep it sometimes informational. Sometimes we bring a guest. If you want more guests, let us know. We'll invite more people on the podcast. We're doing our best to kind of keep this thing going, and so far so good. We only got 30-something episodes under our belt.
Probably right around 30.
Probably about right 30. Yeah. So I think 30 episodes in, having this content that we're putting together, I think we're doing all right.
Hey, I want to give us a pat on the back and congratulate us, because we just got an email and it said congratulations on 75,000 views. So that may not mean a lot to a lot of people or anybody that publishes on YouTube, but for us.
For us, that's huge. You know how hard it is to get a view?
Yeah.
You know, just to get somebody to hit click or, you know, subscribe. Yeah. You know, it's a challenge. We're organically growing. We don't have some kind of bot on the internet going and picking up subscribers for us. We're just telling you, hey, if you know.
We're constantly thinking about how to bring that field content to you.
We've had a lot of people email us and drop comments and say, hey, we want to see what you're doing in the field.
In the field. We're set up with 3 cameras. You know, we set up for a podcast. That was our ultimate goal. And then we try to take the advice that viewers give us. So
can we talk a little bit about how this started and what we started off with? I think it would be interesting.
Yeah.
Or should we do a different podcast about it?
What are we at?
Where are we at, Angel? How many minutes are we in?
I think you're at 40.
We're at 40 minutes. We got 5 minutes to talk about this.
Ben, you can't tell a story in 5 minutes.
45.
Okay, we're going to cut it here. 45 was my threshold.
45 was.
No, we ain't going to do that. I tell you what, guys. I think on the next podcast, we're going to kind of talk about the evolution of what equipment we started with and what equipment we're working with now.
Yeah.
We're going to share that in some links. And the only reason we're going to do this, guys, is not to say, here's where we were, here's where we are now. We have not reached any kind of milestone, trust me, that we are proud of. But what we are proud of is we have got a lot of people tell us, man, you guys inspired us to do our podcast. And we get people asking us, we want to do a podcast, or we want to do we want to go live on YouTube, or we want to go live on Facebook. What equipment can I get? What this and that? How about we do a kind of like talk about where we started, what equipment we were using, and how that was at that point it was working. It may not have been flooding us with subscribers and views and all that stuff, but it was getting the job done. Right? It got content on online. That's how you get started. Film content, get it on there. We're going to talk about the equipment we started off with, which is going to be quite comical. And then we're going to talk about what we're using now. And then
it evolves just like everything else. And I'm sure with what we have now, hopefully, I'm hoping that, it evolves even bigger down the road.
I absolutely hope. And I'm inspired, and I'm determined.
That's what we constantly do. What can we do to progressively get better? What can we do? And yes, we know the field video, we're working on that. But like you said,
that requires another camera. It requires someone to hold the camera.
It requires a lot of dollars, and we have a lot of dollars sitting in here already. So we're trying. We're trying to.
Yeah. So hey, again, be looking forward to our next podcast, because I think we're going to commit to that. Let's just hold ourselves to that.
Yeah.
Our next podcast is going to be about how essentially the equipment we're using now, but we're going to share what we started with. And why we want to do that is because if you are inspired to start your own podcast and you're inspired to kind of get your own thing off the ground, we want to help you. Why would we not? We had some people who gave us some pointers and said, hey, get you this kind of account and this and that. Like, we had no idea how to do this. I mean, me and you were basically learning how to check our emails when we were still doing it.
That's funny. We were. There was some. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been people with big name televised hunting shows that have reached out and
That's
said,
right. I like what you're doing. I would like some help.
Yep.
And
how do I set up a podcast with what you guys got going on?
So with that said, we'll share it. We'll put it in the description, drop some links to some of the equipment, perhaps. A
lot of it's in there now. Not all of it, but a lot.
Yeah, but if it's of any value to you, you guys can go check it out there. But I will tell you this. If you're watching this podcast now and you want to know how you can support Pinche, Ben, and Jimmy and get us to get us to closer to the goal of getting that camera and getting us out there and all that stuff.
And that is not a goal for us. That's a goal to bring you the content that you're asking for. And that's the field.
Right. Because right now we're just working off of what we have and within our limitations, within our budget, a realistic, hey, this is what we're capable of doing. Mm-hmm. If we want to do that, it's going to take this.
Yep.
We also understand that we're not going to go out there and jump right into like 4K.
Meat eater style content.
Nah, we can't do that.
We're pretty imaginative. We could do some pretty cool stuff, though.
But we do have a lot of fun out there, and we would like to share that with you guys. So with that said, if you want to support us, we don't have a Patreon. We don't have we're not accepting donations. We don't want none of that. You want to support us, go to our website and get some merch. Yeah, buy a hat, buy a shirt.
Buy all of them.
Yeah.
Book a hunt.
Book a hunt with us. Go on there and buy a shirt for everyone in your company and tell them, hey, man, Merry Christmas this year. You're supporting a veteran-owned business. Buy a hat for everybody on your crew. You work and you want to reward them. Man, people like these hats, man. They want to go out there and, represent somebody who's representing them, and that's what we do. We represent the average hardworking American who's just out there living the cast and blast lifestyle, trying to fish and hunt every chance they get.
You have a top 3, 4, 5, 6 employees that you want to you want to reward with something?
Buy them a hunt.
Get
them out to hunt with us.
Group hunt. And we'll set it up as a group deal.
Yeah, man. So I think that's what we're going to do, Jimmy. Next time we're going to share some of that, kind of walk them through what we set up, maybe take some pictures of the equipment we're using or show how we're using it or whatever. I think we can get creative.
I wonder if we have any old pictures. Well, I guess we got old podcasts where we could take snapshots out of it and just show the evolution of, changes maybe.
I think we might have some old pictures of old setups. But, there's definitely going to be funny talking about what we started with compared to what we're doing.
We say it like it was years ago, and it was mere months ago.
It was, but, I mean, when you talk about the equipment, we'll share it. We'll save that for the next podcast to tell you what we started with.
Let's do it.
It was a cup on a string.
We had to pull it tight.
We're going to have fun talking to you guys about that. We had fun today sharing this podcast episode with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we had fun, just sharing the stuff that was inside our bag, stuff we take out in the field. And again, I want to see your comments, man. So let us know what you're taking out. Let us know what we forgot. Let us know what we can't go without.
We forgot something.
Hey, if you have a product that you're trying to get out there and you want us to try it out, man, let us know. We'll
damn sure put a product to the test.
Absolutely.
I'm very open. Well, I will say that I put gear to a test. I'm not easy on gear.
Well, it's because you're using it.
Yeah.
So we'll use your gear if you want us to try something out. So, man, I hope you enjoyed this podcast, man. Pinche Ben, Jimmy out here. We're doing what we enjoy to do. I hope you're enjoying this journey with us. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. We'll see you on the next one.
Yep. Out.